Okay, like the video, thank you very much. So my review of my soundbar right here, the Q990. So I've had this about 3 weeks. You can see it's a bit of a, it tracks the dust. I think every digital kind of, electronic device tracks dust. If you look here, I'll put them on this speaker stands. Yeah, even the top of it. This rear speaker is a lot smaller than I thought. They're kind of tiny. I mean, it looks bigger. Look, compare it to my hand. They're a lot smaller than I thought. See that one there? One over there. So, okay, the speakers sound good. I don't really have anything to compare this by. I mean, I could say they sound a lot better. Like this TV really needs some speakers, right? Because it sounds like really hollow. It sounds not hollow. It just sounds very. It doesn't get that loud. Like this TV will not get that loud. Like let me just show you a little bit. Like, on it. That's loud because of the sound bars on. So if I go into the settings, if we go into sound settings, you got output, and I just have the TV by itself, right? I just have the TV by itself. Come out of here. So the speaker's not on, it's just the TV. That's 27. That's 30. It doesn't get super loud. I mean, I know this is not very loud stuff, but it still doesn't get that loud. You know what I'm saying? Like even on the high volumes. Like with the speaker on. So when I put this speaker on, 20 seems really loud. So if I go in here, put the output, HDMI, eARC. I think that one gives you, it gets super loud. See how loud it is? So I have to keep it below. It's so loud, like below. I have to keep it below 20 because it gets so loud. Otherwise, it hurts your ears a little bit. So I just keep it under there. So yeah, that's one of the things. And when you first get it, just make sure you go into sound. It should automatically start Q Symphony. Q Symphony is like it works. Soundbar works with your TV. Your TV acts like, I think, a center speaker, and you're meant to get a bit more, so it works all together, and the re-speaks all work together. So it's that that's really good. I'll go into a bit more detail in a bit. So just go to output. Just make sure it's on TV sound. It should do it automatically, but I'll go into it more. TV and sound. That's your Q Symphony. You can also do it over Wi-Fi. So you can go Wi-Fi. Sorry, is that clear? I'm not sorry. Okay, so you can go Wi-Fi. Then you can go over TV soundbar Wi-Fi. So that uses your Wi-Fi to get the sound through. Or you could, I think the best one is HDMI eARC. That's it. Another thing you need to do is when you go get this soundbar first time with your TV, you need to go expert settings, put that in automatic. That should be on automatic, and put it on pass through. Now I've tried it on PCM and it sounds it doesn't sound as much. You don't get as much, I don't know, depth of sound or clarity. I don't know. It's just not the same thing. It is not the same thing. So just put it on pass through and you'll get the best everything. Now I don't know what all this digital output delay does. You guys have to look into that. And yeah. So when I'm watching movies, I think it does Atmos. It does. Hold on, let me just straighten this out. Oh, there you go. Oh, wow, this is really. Oh, there it is. A little bit this way. Okay, so when I watch movies, it sounds really nice, right? The Atmos sounds nice. When you have it on pass through, not PCM, when you have it on pass through, you can feel the rumble when you're watching a film. Like I was watching Interstellar the other day, and I could really hear the music. Well, let me just. Whoa. Okay, it's straightening out, so I could really hear the music. You can feel it in your seat. It's rumble. I don't think it's you got this subwoofer here. It's all wireless, right? It all connects wirelessly. The subwoofer, I put it over here, more out of the way. Used to have it in the front of the TV, but I put it down here, so you can really hear all that, bang, sub bass, everything. It's really nice. Now, would I call it three dimensional? I don't know if I call it three dimensional or not because I don't have a lot to compare it with. A lot better than my old TV, a lot better than not having it, just speaker TVs, a lot better than that. Um, let's have a look. With the rear speakers, you can hear sometimes when you're watching a movie, you can hear a lot of background noise, which is nice. You can hear things you wouldn't normally hear in the background. 1 second. So you can hear things in the background, and it makes the movie you're watching more immersive. You can hear a bit of dialogue, you can hear chimes. Sometimes you hear a sound, you're watching a movie, you hear a sound, and you think, is it really coming from the movie, or is it coming out from outside? Is somebody knocking on my doors? Is somebody knocking on my window? And you get a little, like, terrified. Like, is somebody knocking on my door at this time of day? Or is there something going on, loud banging outside? So it does trick you. Sometimes it catches you off guard. Not all the time, but it will catch you off guard. And little chime sounds and bells, and you hear them like you'll hear them off this direction, right above your head, a little bit. I'm not. It's not surround sound. I'm making it sound a lot better than it. It is good. Yeah, it is good. But I'm not gonna say it's like. I'm sure there's something probably even better than this, but this is really good for what you get. I mean, I bought this with the TV, and the sound normally it's like 1,000, I think 500 for the sound bar and everything, but I bought it with the TV, so it was half. It was like 700, 800, so it was half. So it was a good deal. I think that deal is still on with Samsung Direct or the Samsung online shop. That's what I bought it from. But yeah, so movies sound really nice, sound good. Music, I don't know. I listened to some WhatsApp, no Spotify. Um, I think I preferred my headphones a little bit better. I think the headphones did a better job of music than the speaker. The speaker's not bad. I've listened to Dua Lipa on here. She's really nice. I was listening to a song, I was getting into it. So I'm not saying it's horrible, but I think maybe I had a little bit better experience with some headphones. Um, but not bad. Still good. Um, let's see, what else can I say about them? Yeah, you use the one, you use your universal remote here, so you don't need to use that the remote that comes with your um soundbar. You just use the universal, so you control the TV, control the Fire Stick. I don't know, it probably controls the Chrome or whatever, and it controls other devices. This actually controls a little bit. It gives you some functionality with my 4K player with this, so it controls a lot of stuff. So that's really nice to have. Let's see. What else can I say about it? Let me think. So make sure you have it on the EARC HDMI. It's the best one. When it first was delivered, they delivered there's big, 6 in the morning they came. It was delivered, big box, rectangle. They stood it on length, the long way up. And I didn't read on the box, I didn't see the arrow saying you must have it this way up. So everything, the subwoofer, um, the rear speakers were all resting on top of here inside the box, right? Because I had it the wrong way up when they first delivered it. You can see the dust here a little bit, can't you? So I think I actually use a lint brush to pick up all that dust. But it attracts it. So everything was resting on top of it, but it didn't do any damage. I didn't even realize it was doing that. It was everything on top of it, but I looked at it. It's no damage on this. It's metal. I think it's metal. It feels metal. It feels like metal. Maybe it's metal, but it's really strong. It's heavy. I think it's gonna wear. I don't see any damaging. You can actually wall mount this. They give you little brackets, but I didn't do that. You can wall mount it underneath the TV, but I didn't do that. Yeah, it's really good. It was easy. It just set up the Q70 by itself. Let me think 1 second. Oh yeah, it connects. Yeah, so it connects with the Smart Things app. It's the Samsung app. It's called Smart Things, and with that you can control some of the volume and other settings of the soundbar through that. Plus, the rear speakers. Sometimes they might be a bit quiet, so there's little I think it's like three dots, and you go into three dots, and then you go device, and then inside there you can change the channels. Like you can make the top of it louder, like this, so it goes upwards, yeah. Or you can increase the sound from the sides, so you can hear it a little bit. You can do the same here, increase like the center speaker, on the app. So that's nice. I've done that, and the reason I've done it on the top, right? So I thought maybe the sound will bounce off through the ceiling, the top of the ceiling, and it will give me what more of a it makes movies sound a little bit better if it did that. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's doing anything, but it's, sometimes the rear speakers sound a little quiet, and then I'll just give it a little extra thing to do it. The Q Symphony is really nice on here. Without it, it just sounds a bit like if I just had the soundbar and no Q Symphony, it sounds a bit dull. It's really nice having the sound coming towards you like this from the TV instead of like coming up from the soundbar. So the Q Symphony really does make an effect for me, and it sounds good. It does add something to it. And then another thing happened when it was delivered. So I took the soundbar off the box because they're going to install the TV onto the wall. So I took it out of the box to get everything ready. So I put the soundbar on, laid it on my settee there, covered it with a blanket. And when they came, they put the bloody subwoofer. They moved the subwoofer on top of the soundbar when on my settee because they needed to move things around the room. And you still didn't damage it or anything. I mean, there's no dents or it was working perfectly fine for those uh 2 weeks. I think I've had it for 3 weeks. It's perfect fine about 1 week, 1 week and a half. It was perfect fine. Now this takes me down, so I'm happy with it. I was very happy with it, but then things started not working. Okay, so the problem I've had problems with it. So I used to like switch everything off, except for the TV. Mainly, you meant to keep the TV on and standby because it's doing pixel or something or another. So I normally switch everything off, switch off the standby, switch off the rear speakers when I go to sleep. But then I would come up every morning. I would turn everything back on, and everything just automatically would work, right? So the soundbar would just automatically connect. It go into sound output would be the TV soundbar, Q990C, the EOC, and that's how I said it. That's how I liked it. But then after a while, I switched everything up. I would wake up and it wouldn't go into that mode, right? It would go maybe into sound mode or Wi-Fi mode. Then I would have to go in there automatically, or sometimes it would just be TV speakers, right? It wouldn't automatically collect, so it would just every morning would be like that, right? And then I would just go into EOC and I would leave it. And then what would happen is then it was getting worse. All right, I don't know what caused this problem. So the HDMI stopped working. The EOC would just stop working, and so I would have to just use the Wi-Fi option, which worked fine. And but then sometimes this it was intermediate. So the HDMI EOC would work. Sometimes it wouldn't work. Sometimes it would work in the morning. Sometimes it would cut off. Sometimes it would come back. It's very annoying. Because I've heard this is like the best sound you get from the HDMI. Even though it's an option, you paid for it. It should work. Even if I was just Wi-Fiing it all the time, I would want my HDMI EOC to work. I don't know if the issue is with the soundbar or is it with the HDMI on the TV. There's an issue. I've called them up, and with customer support, it was. So I called them up, and they remotely connected to the TV, and they told me they looking and they did something. All they did was, far as I can tell, they told me all they did was they went to expert settings, changed pass through to PCM, right? And then I was listening to PCM, didn't sound as great. Then I put it back to pass through, and that's all they said was done. They told me to call back in 4 hours, give it time. I'm not exactly sure what they did. It seemed like that's the only thing they did. They said call back in 4 hours time, and so I'm gonna call them back tomorrow. I've already called them up. Call them back and let them know. Also, if you can take a video of the issue, so they want me taking a video of the issue and send that to them. I've got the reference. I got customer reference number as well already. So that's annoying that I'm having this issue. Sometimes another thing with the issue was it would say it was in and now it would say it was the sound output would be HDMI, right? It would be the one that was the one I like, HDMI eARC. But then it wouldn't sound as full, right? And it would just sound a little like it wouldn't sound like it's something's not working, right? Like it didn't sound as great as it was before. And then I would go into it and I would change it around, then it would disappear and go into TV speakers. It would just mess me around. So it's glitched out for some reason. No idea what's causing this glitch. The only thing, I've tried different HDMI cables. I've unplugged all the other HDMI cables and put only the eARC on. I've used 3 different HDMI cables. The only thing, I did have the subwoofer right here. Then I moved it over to the side. I don't know if that would cause a problem. I don't think it would. I mean, the cable should be all connected. It should still work with the cable. Yeah, so that's the only thing that's irritating me. I hope Samsung customer services sorts this problem out for me, and they don't mess me around. I've had, because Samsung has, like, if you watch Samsung reviews online, they will say it has like quality control issues. Um, yeah, maybe it does have quality control issues. I mean, it's annoying. I just like things. I like when things just work and you don't have to deal with irritating problems. But before it broke down, I was very happy. Still very happy with this. Really adds to the experience of watching a movie. The soundbar is great. Really does its stuff. I'm happy. Now I don't have like a tower speakers on either side to compare it to. Say, maybe if there was like 2 tower speakers on that side, 2,000 speakers, maybe that would be even better. But so I don't have that compared. Oh, one more thing. The rear speakers. You can go into the Smart Things app. You can go into the Smart Things app and make them into front speakers. So you can put them right in the front, right here, or in the corners over there. So you don't need to put them rear speakers. I think the rear speakers would work a little bit, not the way I've done it. It would probably work a little bit better if they were behind your seat, but I can't put it behind my seat. If there was a little just there and maybe just there over here would work, but I'm against this wall. The room's small. It's annoying. Yeah, but the Wi-Fi works great. The Wi-Fi even sound works great. You got the app to control things. You can sit down if you want to do things from the app. You can got that. Yeah. Yeah. So let me know if you got any questions. Leave them in the comments section. I will answer them. Got any questions? Let me know. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this video, comment down below, and use the links in my description to support my channel. So any money, a lot of the money, if I make it, I'm not making any money, but if I make any money, I will, invest it back into the channel, so I'll make more content. I do, review movies, I do unboxings, do all kinds of things. I, do commentary on popular culture, do lots of stuff. I actually had, what annoyed me recently, I've had a Doctor Who video that got copy striked, and now I can't upload that. I've tried to dispute it, but they're taking 2 days to come back to me. Yeah, it's annoying. But thank you very much. Love you. Bye.